Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be kind of looking at the Telltale Walking Dead Season 3, Episode 5, and who I think will die in Episode 5. Episode 5 will be the last episode of this season, and I'm wondering who will die, and if you guys are wondering who I think will die. I was going to do a speculation for Season 4, but I never got around to it, and then Season 4 was announced, and I was like, well, there's no point now, since we'll know in a few days. But we don't have an exact release date for it. It is the 11th, so they may just come out and say tomorrow, or maybe like an hour when it's coming out. But it is fully playable, so it means we probably will be getting it pretty soon. But we're going to be counting down who I think will live through this season and who I think will sadly perish. Now, you may wonder why Tripp, Ava, Kate are on here. They are determined, either, like, we don't know if they're dead, or either you choose who can die. Because Ava and Tripp both don't die. One of them will live, depending on how you choose, but I'll get to that a little later. So, Javier is a big subject, actually, to this. Get red. Ready? I do think he might die. I really do think he will die in this part, because I think he'll die, though, saving either Gabe or Clementine. But I do believe that Javier... Oh, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna make it big so you can clearly tell I do think Javier will end up passing away in this. But next, up, Kate. At the moment with the car crash, I also think she is dead, because I think it would make sense. Because she did kind of confess her love, and here, I'll make this a little bit bigger. There we go. She did kind of confess her love to, Javier, and say she doesn't need to be like her wife to David. And it would make sense if she would be killed. I think it would, if they left this cliffhanger and ended up finding her dead. I think that'd be amazing cliffhanger, because people do think she's alive, and I think if they found out she was dead, it'd be cooler. But if she doesn't, I think she will die before the end of the episode anyways. Moving on to Gabe. I do believe Gabe will survive. Here's why. He's kind of shown as this character who's just off crazy, he can't decide what he's doing. So I think what they're going to do is they're going to set up Gabe to kind of have to make a big decision himself. He's going to maybe have to shoot Kate, or shoot David, or, jump out and try to save Javier, or something like that. I think that's going to be, maybe he will have to make a big choice. I do believe he will survive, though. So I think, Gabriel, you are the first one that I've said think will survive. Eleanor. Right, that's her name. Yeah, I think that's her name. I can't. Now I'm completely going crazy right now. No, I'm mixing her up with Joan. Joan's dead. I think. I've chosen to shoot her. I've never chosen to take the deal, so I don't know if she lives or dies. But I think she'll die anyways. But Eleanor is a big on the fence one, and I'm not exactly 100% sure. I would love to see her survive. I do like Eleanor. She's a good character, and I really like to see her live to the end of the season, and maybe even come back next season, and don't do a Omid thing where you just get shot the second the thing comes back on, which I hated. I hated that. I liked Omid, and then they just killed him off immediately. But, I do think Ava will live, though. I think, not Ava, Eleanor. I think she will live to see another day. Now to Ava and Tripp. I'm putting these together because they're like the same. You can either... Ava's already dead when I played it. because I did choose to save Ava as I'm not a big fan of Trip. I'm not the biggest fan of Trip, right? Conrad's dead. No matter what you do, he is dead now. Which I hated his second. I liked his original death. If you killed him off right there and shot him, it's way better. He just got hit by a freaking car. That's not even a great way to go out. But Ava and Trip, like Telltale always does, you do get a choice, but your choice never really matters. Like, Ava still's gonna shoot the same people Trip did if he saved her, or Trip's gonna shoot the same people Ava did. It's gonna happen, it's gonna be the same. Just like with Doug and Carly, even like we did with Conrad. You kinda got a choice to save him or kill him, but he had no major role at all from that point onward. You didn't see him at all until he met back up with you and got hit with a car. He had no major plot point, and he was going to die anyways. Same thing we did with Ben. You had a choice to save him, but no matter what you did, he was going to die in the end. It just depended on how Kenny, died, in quotations, because Kenny later died by flying out of a car. So, they could switch it up. They could make one of them survive, and that would change a lot. But knowing Telltale, they're not going to do that. Because, again, we can even take the whole Season 2. You go with Kenny, or you go with Jane. No role in Season 3 at all. Except you get whatever death scene you wanted. Jane hanging herself and Kenny getting paralyzed and eaten. For whatever scene you got. Or she gets a scar or loses a finger if you go to the one place. Whatever you got. But I do believe that they both are dead. So, Ava's already dead. So technically, one of them's already dead if you're playing the game. If you're playing the game, one of them's already dead. But I think they both will be killed off, no matter what. Clementine, we don't even have to talk about. She's fine. She's going to stay alive. They're not going to kill her off. And now for my final one. David! David, I don't know. I think he will be killed. I do believe he will be killed. And the reason why is he kind of is this big kind of character that has, a certain role. He kind of is the leader, and if he gets kicked out... But I believe he'll end up, I think he will die. And that's... I don't know how to explain it, but I think he'll die. Because it would just make sense for him to die. I never noticed, but Javier has a New Frontier logo. Does he have that in the game? Because he wasn't part of the New Frontier. No, Clem has one. That'd be weird for him to have one. But I do believe David will sadly meet his demise in this episode. So, that means David, Eleanor, and Clem will survive, while Javier, Kate, Ava, or Trip, and David will die. I know this is a lot of characters, but Telltale isn't one to stray away from killing a ton of characters off in the final. Just go back to Season 1. That was real nice. They just chopped up a ton of characters real quick and killed them off. And without having a super major death in episodes 3, and I guess we had the death of Ava or Trip, but that was it. Those are the only major character deaths in 2 and 3. I don't even think we had, 3 and 4. I don't even think we had a major character death in episode 2 either. So, we haven't had a really big character death, any time. Like, Badger and stuff, but, they were the bad guys. We wanted to kill them. So, I think killing off some of the good guys would be, big. And I do believe somebody will not make it out of this whole gunfight thing. And I'm either saying Kate's already dead from that crash and that whatever he threw at her, or Trip or Ava, whoever you pick, will end up dying through that. But I do believe that Javier, David, and Clementine will make it out of that, along with Gabe and Eleanor. But then, slowly, I think they'll be killed off. But that is it for this video. Thank you guys all for watching. If you enjoyed, hit that like button, and comment down below who you think will live and who you think will die. Just comment who you think will live out of this list. Or if I forgot somebody, tell me down below, and maybe if I get enough, I will go back and see who else will live or die. Thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you guys all next time. Goodbye.